Hey there, food fans! Welcome to another exciting episode where we dive into the world of culinary wonders. Today, we're going on a field trip that promises to be both educational and mouth-watering. We're going to explore a place that smells like happiness and warmth. A bread factory. Imagine the aroma of freshly baked bread wafting through the air. Get ready to see how simple ingredients like flour, water, yeast, and salt transform into the bread we love. It's a magical process that combines science and art. From flour to loaf, we'll see the whole process. Watch as the dough is mixed, kneaded, and baked to perfection. Each step is crucial in creating that perfect loaf. Bread is a staple food in many cultures. From the baguettes of France to the naan of India, every culture has its unique take on this versatile food. People have been baking bread for centuries. It's one of the oldest prepared foods with a history that dates back thousands of years. It's amazing how something so simple can be so delicious. Whether it's a crusty loaf, fresh out of the oven, or a slice of toast with butter, bread brings comfort and joy. So, put on your hairnets, and let's get started. We're about to embark on a journey through the fascinating world of bread making. Stay tuned, and prepare to be amazed. Our first stop is the ingredient room. This is where the magic begins. Flour is the most important ingredient in bread. It provides the structure. Next, we have water. Water hydrates the flour and activates the yeast. Yeast is a tiny organism that makes the bread rise. It eats sugar and produces carbon dioxide. Salt is our last key ingredient. It adds flavor and controls the yeast. Now let's head over to the mixing area where the magic begins. This is the heart of the bread making process. Here, giant mixers combine the ingredients with precision. Flour, water, yeast, and other components are added in exact proportions. They mix everything together to create dough, ensuring a consistent texture and quality. The mixing process is carefully monitored. The mixing process is important because it develops the gluten in the flour. Gluten formation is crucial for the dough's structure. Gluten is a protein that gives bread its elasticity. This elasticity allows the dough to rise and hold its shape during baking. The mixing time can vary depending on the type of bread being made. Some breads require longer mixing times to develop the desired texture. Once the initial mixing is complete, the dough is then transferred to a kneading machine. This step is essential for further gluten development. Kneading helps to further develop the gluten, making the dough more elastic and strong. This ensures the bread will have a good crumb structure. It also distributes the yeast evenly throughout the dough. Yeast is a key ingredient that helps the dough to rise by producing carbon dioxide. As the dough rests, the yeast ferments the sugars in the flour, causing the dough to rise. This fermentation process is what gives bread its airy texture. Different types of bread require different fermentation times and techniques. Each type of bread has its own unique characteristics and flavors. After fermentation, the dough is shaped into loaves or other desired forms. This is done by skilled bakers who ensure each piece is perfect. Finally, the shaped dough is placed in the oven to bake. The heat causes the dough to rise further and develop a golden crust. The result is freshly baked bread with a perfect texture and flavor, ready to be enjoyed by everyone. Section 4. Proofing, the waiting game. After kneading, the dough needs time to rest. This is called proofing. The dough is placed in a warm, humid environment. This allows the yeast to ferment. Fermentation is when the yeast eats the sugars and produces carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide gets trapped in the dough, causing it to rise. Proofing is crucial for developing the flavor and texture of the bread. It can take anywhere from 30 minutes to several hours. Section 5. Shaping up from dough to loaves. Once the dough has proofed, it's time to shape it. The dough is divided into portions. Each portion is then shaped into a loaf, roll, or other desired form. Some factories use machines for shaping while others do it by hand. Shaping the dough not only gives it its final look, it also helps to create a uniform texture. The shaped dough is then placed in baking pans